evening, one and all, and welcome to the anteroom in its lushness, its spaciousness, and its fabulous acoustic geometry. The anteroom of Good Beans Cafe for the Flint Creative Alliance's Creative Collab Night. I am your humble imitation of a host, James Blum. Thank you. Yes, thank you ever so much. So, this evening we will be informing you periodically of upcoming events. Anyone who has an event, an announcement, may do so during their performance, or may let me know and hope that I don't garble it too horribly. First off, the Creative Alliance meets every first Wednesday of the month at 7 p.m. at Churchill's. And there are virtual meetings. I've read that sign. We're on to our next cue. Yes, we're a highly coordinated production team here.
Well-oiled.
Well-oiled, yes. Well, I am well-oiled, as it happens. I'm most sebaceous.
That's nasty.
Yes, well, it's nasty, but alas, it's true. So, join the online Creative Alliance meetings the second and fourth Wednesdays of every month at, this is where the Google page comes up, yes?
It just says, it's just at Google Hangouts.
At Google Hangouts, and yes. So it's also at 7 p.m. on those Wednesdays on Google Hangouts, and you hip young people will know what that means. And I'm also to remind you that the Creative Alliance membership, what is your title of it? The members, the show?
Membership show, yeah.
Membership show.
The page is called the CA Membership Show.
The CA Membership Show. It's a Facebook thing.
Page.
Yes. So you go to that page and then you go and like your favorite showing, which
Entry.
Yes, whatever it may be, and then you benefit whomever your favorite CA shown member, if you'll pardon the expression, by liking their piece, and the person who gets the most likes gets $50 American.
Only $50?
No, in this instance, it's a whole $50. Yes.
Woo-hoo.
Yes. So we wish to magnify the $50 in all of its glory. So being your invitation host, I will open the proceedings with a song. Or two. Well, I think I'm going to follow the song with a poetic satire. Another of those things for which you will be given graduate credit. To quote. Yes. This one's a little more regular though. However, we begin with song. Hanging around, you cut me down from the tree where you find me. Hanging around, you cut me down. Tell me I'll never be more than downtown for the day. Just hanging around with the clowns down on Broadway. Last to find out what I am about. Hanging around, you can look for my better, but I bet you'll still be with me. Hanging around means cold. my trade as a gangster. You're a left-handed thief, what you save me, I suppose I'll be free if you leave me, but you're still hanging around. Roll cue the sound of our bickering, repeating fate. As I roll my way down through middle age, hanging on around, see such pretty pictures I scrawled on the walls of my cage. And you can say you're enraged, you can say that you're free, but I've seen that last page, and you still take a bow and together we'll exit the stage. Start things off on a nice happy note, yeah? Alright. So, I have a little poetic envy of the long-winded, the Ginsbergs, the Whitmans, the Drydens and Popes. So, I offer you up something I wrote in lieu of having any money to give my father a birthday present last year. He was in Dublin. He was gone to Europe to look up the ancestors, the Hugheses and the McCarthys and all those Bulgers and all those good folks back in the old sod. So, since he had that kind of money to go to Ireland and didn't take us, this is what he gets. So where did you go, Irish John, Irish John? So, by way of introduction and explanation, oh my. There we go. By way of explanation, the 9th century, of course, was the era in which the Irish were at the end of their saving civilization from the somewhat famous 1990s history. And there was a gentleman by the name of John who came from Ireland and was therefore known as Irish John. But of course it was Latin, so he was known as John Irish or Johannes Scotus Erugena. And he was the most learned man in Western Europe at the time, which was really not a very high bar to cross. So at any rate, he was he had a Neoplatonic system of philosophy in which he perceived all of the universe being as within God in 4 phases. You had the uncreated creating, the created creating, the uncreated creating, and the uncreated uncreating. So all of that is the emanation, return of all things to God. So with that top 40 kind of introduction, I proceed now to my top 40 poem. Irish John once made his 4 divisions. Herein I shall reciprocate. This negative way I may navigate to infinite derision. Another mix and to guffaw with the atomic abderite laughs both at me and at the law, but I must insist that not from spite. I sing Blue Krishna's song in inversion. If all in all, then all in all, capitalized. Stallion, chariot, stable stall, the Nyos of dog, or in this version, Anaguire's multiplication, Erigiuna's division, backwards. The pantheist god that eats himself, while dusty volumes on an upper shelf contain its explication. For phases sometimes more distinct in time and in eternity, constrain the possibilities so mystic scribblers therein linked such words as make the novice blink. Naturing nature, natured nature, sometimes respecting penmen of stature, they go on learning this way to think that God is the first and final cause, and yet somehow involved in all things in between, all seen and unseen, the high and the low, the noble and mean. Did I do that? No, you're noble, I'm mean. That God will ultimately resolve. So, what are we? Some combination, I suppose, of the second and of the third phases. I would guess that there are Hindu hymns that praise this senseless self-annihilation. Undestroyed, destroying, destroyed, destroying. We understood in this bad light are the moving and the moved. This can be asserted, felt, assented to, but never proved. That understood in this bad light is human history. This is our derangement of our world as of our souls, as we work out in fear and doubt our own depravity, and yet we keep sleepwalking in divine totality, wrecking as we go, forever dreaming of control. More in touch with Plato by 1,000 years and miles, Irish John made divisions of the divine energies, carefully distinguishing the essence as you please, but notes were made and sent and kept where bishops kept their, I can't read my own writing, files, where bishops keep their files. The Neoplatonic baptized back in Egypt long ago, through Clement and Origen, then through Basil and his friends. In Cappadocia, where the ancient learning needed no mention. By the way, make sure you buy some of Ken's Cappadocia, it's really good. To be made for the learned pious Christian in the know. Let Enneads amended be, let no more books be burned. All emanations find return to form the great Platonic library. Uncreated anarchy, how D.H. Lawrence loved that word. Through Arius thought but a third of the Trinity had been born that way. So they argued on the broken reeds and on the dried sheepskins. Orthodoxy now begins defining which is wheat or weeds. But parchment, as we all do, dries, once withdrawn from the blood of the Lamb. Without the living word, a sham, a crumbling volume of fraud and lies, preaches our separate selves. Illusory? Is this the general pantheist claim? Is there nothing to us but the name that sets us apart? No mystery in which our oneness with the One does not exhaust ourselves and souls? Something beyond remote control, from total defeat, some victory won? Of bovine skin and books we're bound, leather alpha and omega hold. Within the vellum, growing old, reads all creation lost and found. The Scot, our Sean, was orthodox, more Greek than Roman, even Copt. For in his far land where old learning had not yet stopped, perhaps this should have lessened the scandalous shocks that legend has it had him killed. Parisian students in revolt shouted with one big voice, Deus Volt, and porcupined him with their quills. His thorny questions proved too much, or too much reading he assigned, too hard in both degree and kind, for scholars, future French and Dutch. These separate selves one monster made, a Philistine and lazy teen, a Pharisee and libertine, who set back science several decades. Now I see naught I ought condemn. Kenosis, henosis, God is first and last. The future's in the present and the past. Those who find the Lord anarchic find it good for them. And that's the end.
You wrote that.
I did.
You know that's amazing. Sounds like it sounds like something from back in those days.
Oh, well.
You know what I mean, like the word. I mean,
Yes, it is. It is written in
I
the
read a
fashion
lot
of a
of
17th century satire.
Yeah,
Yes. So, thank you all. And that brings my introductory portion of the evening to a close. And now we welcome Flint's greatest living historian, Mr. Gary Flynn.
Yeah. Thank you, and this time around, I got my new book. It's called Hidden History of Flint. It's released to stores on July 3rd, and I will have the official book release party at Totem Books on Saturday, July 8th from 1 to 3 p.m. And I'll be reading a chapter from this book, and it has to do with Flint's most prolific inventor. I know his grandson, who lives in Hadley. In fact, he sent me the writings of a Flint resident who was a florist by trade, Cecil McKinnon, who turned out to be a firefighting buff, even as a small child. So I'm going to thank Kent Copeman for contributing material to this book. The chapter about Floyd Copeman, Flint's most prolific inventor. In fact, I'll go turn the cover around, and if you can zoom in to where I have my finger, that is Lloyd Copeman himself. See if Jenny got the shot.
I did.
Okay. So I'll go to page. Nice, I can give page numbers now. Go to page.
You're gonna turn it into an audio book?
Yeah. Well, there'll be an online edition, I understand, for those who have a tablet. That's through the usual online sources, through the History Press / Arcadia Publishing. And this is chapter 15 of Hidden History of Flint, about Lloyd Copeman, Flint's most prolific inventor. The most prolific inventor to call Flint his home was Lloyd Copeman, who invented, among other things, the electric stove, the flexible ice cube tray, and the automatic toaster. Copeman was born on December 28, 1881, and raised on a farm in Hadley Township, 20 miles east of Flint. He attended what is now Michigan State and studied engineering, but was expelled. When he was later offered an honorary degree, he refused to accept it. His career began as a mechanist apprentice at Baldwin Locomotive Works before he began working at electric utility companies, starting with Philadelphia Edison, then moving on to Washington Electric of Spokane, Detroit Edison, and Consumers Power. While at Washington State, he married his old school sweetheart Hazel Berger, who was also living there in 1904. It was 1906, while at Washington Electric, that he invented his first significant product, a thermostat to warn when utility transformers were about to burn out. This proved to be a useful component for his electric stove as the controller of the stove's temperature. His first patent was granted in 1901 for an instrument in cauterizing wounds during surgery. After returning to Michigan and settling in Flint, Copeman and 22 stockholders led by J. Dallas Dort founded the Copeman Electric Stove Company in 1912. While the first models looked like an old-fashioned wooden icebox, redesign gave the stove a more modern appearance by moving the oven to waist height and making the burners more convenient for the homemaker. While Copeman was an innovative inventor, he admitted he lacked the marketing skills to promote his stoves. But he found someone, George Westinghouse III, president of Westinghouse Electric Corporation and son of the famed inventor, who had the marketing skills. So in 1917, the company was sold to Westinghouse and the stove factory moved to Mansfield, Ohio. The next significant invention was also destined for the kitchen, the self-turning toaster. The design was created in 1914, but Hazel began working on it using hairpins, so she got the patent. That design became obsolete when Toastmaster introduced the pop-up toaster in 1926. Now at this point, I expect Jenny to edit in the photo taken at the Hadley Museum, showing a Copeman electric stove with the toaster that the Copemans came up with on top of that stove. After the sale of the stove company, Copeman was invited by Dort to join the Detroit Athletic Club, where he got to schmooze with other significant innovators such as Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, the Fisher Brothers, and the Dodges. By 1918, Copeman and Edwin W. Atwood co-founded the Copeman Laboratories Companies in a part of the old Durand Dort Carriage Company factory where Copeman continued to do his research. Of course, that's not far from here. In 1928, Copeman had his inspiration for his most lucrative invention. While he was collecting maple sap, he noticed that slush and ice was easily flaking off his rubber boots instead of adhering to them. After recalling this experience over lunch with his patent attorney at the Detroit Athletic Club, he experimented with his idea at the DAC using rubber cups and asked DAC staffers to fill them with water and freeze them. After lunch, he found it was easier to remove the resulting ice from the cups. He designed 3 types of ice cube trays, one made completely of rubber, a rubber-coated metal tray, and one with removable cube holders. The patent was sold to General Motors, which at that time owned Frigidaire, and he earned $1 million in royalties.
Wow.
Now at this point, I would tell Jenny to edit into this video a photo showing Lloyd Copeman holding an ice cube tray and a rubber boot, showing how he came up with the flexible ice cube tray. Now back to the text. He also patented developments that made improvements to refrigerators and freezers in the 1920s and 1930s. Copeman's lubricaps, an automotive-oriented invention, were pre-filled grease cups for lubricating wheel bearings. A time saver for mechanics, the Alamite Company bought the lubricaps patent for $178,000. Now at this point of the video, Jenny would be inserting a 2-page ad for the Copeman lubricaps. That was from an old issue of the Literary Digest, which dates back to March 16, 1918. Now back to the text. A flexible clothesline Copeman made using braided rubber surgical tubing, called Flexoline, was an aid to travelers who need to do laundry on the road. This product is still on the market. He also saw a market for a garden rake cleaner, so he formed a company that made a gadget to attach to the handle of a standard rake that pushed debris off the rake. Copeman was interested in wildlife, including birds. Around 1940, he formed Cope Craft Products, which offered mail-order birdhouses, feeders, and suet cakes. He also developed die-cast products such as waste baskets of various shapes, a fly swatter, and a berry box. Besides Stewart, Copeman also worked closely with Charles Stewart Mount. Over the years, Copeman received over 650 patents, making him one of the most prolific inventors of the 20th century. He kept on working on projects until he died on July 5, 1956, at age 74, succumbing to cancer and diabetes. He was awarded a patent posthumously 7 months later for a moisture-impervious container. He and Hazel had a son and 2 daughters. One of his granddaughters is singer Linda Ronstadt. His grandson, Kent Copeman, is president of the Hadley Township Historical Society in Lapeer County, which operates the Hadley Mill Museum, containing Lloyd Copeman memorabilia, including his electric stove and toaster. As for the stove company he founded, Westinghouse Electric sold its major appliance operations to White Consolidated Industries in 1975 and began marketing White Westinghouse appliances. White Consolidated Industries bought Frigidaire from GM in 1979. White Consolidated Industries was, in turn, acquired by the Swedish appliance maker Electrolux in 1986. So think about it. That White Westinghouse, Electrolux, Tappan, or Frigidaire electric stove in your kitchen has its roots in Flint. Electrolux also makes Kenmore stoves for Sears. A vintage Copeman electric stove is on display at the Sloan Museum. And of course, my thanks to Kent Copeman. Visit the official Lloyd Copeman website at lloydcopeman.com. And that's my piece. So, hope to see you over at Totem Books on Saturday, July 8th, when I'll do my book release party and book signing. And as I said before, I'll be signing my books with Huntington pens, and Huntington is mentioned more than once in my new book. And I thank you again.
You're still going to be playing music from the, what was it you're going to do?
Oh yes, I have another chapter about Sherwood Forest, which was a recreation area, a rock concert venue. That's its most famous place, a rock concert venue. But it was also a supper club, but now nature has taken it over. But the many acts who performed at Sherwood Forest outplayed music for many of those performers who have records and songs I could easily download. So during my book signing, I'll be playing music from those performers.
Cool.
Thank you again.
Yeah.
DJ Gary.
Hey Gary, what did you say it was Linda Ronstadt's? She's related?
Cousin.
Yes.
Kent Copeman is a cousin of Linda Ronstadt.
Oh,
We're both grandchildren of Lloyd Copeman.
The electric stove seems to be a Michigan peculiarity. It was a relative rarity where we lived in Illinois and Indiana. And
Oh, really?
People I know back, how can you have an electric stove without one? And they're right, it sucks.
Well, still people use electric stoves.
We have an electric stove and I hate it. It's an abomination and I can't grill pepper on it properly because it's not gas. But there it is. Nonetheless, Mr.
Mine's
Copeland, I
charcoal.
take off my hat, see, in his honor because he's obviously a brilliant man and I'm just a humble imitation Mike Knight host. So, next up, we have celebrated chapbook poet Alex Markoff.
How's it going?
All right.
All right. So within, I think, about 2 weeks, I'll probably have my new book available for purchase at lulu.com. I'll let you know about it again next month. It's going to be called A Faith in Humanity, Poetic Matters. Please be aware, I have not ordered you to discover an esoteric place that is infinite in size, and you are reading a book where the words are being chosen very carefully. I cannot grant you anything but a seat inside your imagination as it becomes an esoteric place that is infinite in size. Be aware that these words that I am writing are not magnets, but merely atoms that, if collected, can only come together on the atomic level. And so we find ourselves limited by a limitless order. Once upon a time, a little boy refused to be anything that he did not deem as entirely original. This refusal was met with something much darker and more confusing than he had planned to encounter. Soon this darkness took shape. Those who were dearest to the boy were powerless against this phenomenon and seemed at times to almost strengthen it. Meanwhile, his steadfast originality was cut short. He is not sure when exactly he became a liar. All right, next poem. Sidewalks lead all the way home. The slight mini puzzle as it balances like a frail leaf on the tip of my tongue. The concrete, the wind, and the long walk taken in puzzles beneath my feet. You see, this is just what we will end up configuring much later, millions of years from now, when the leaves have somehow gathered together in an act of recounting. In the meantime, the rhythm of our winter shoes through the crunching leaves, our breathing, our drifting, that has led us all the way here again, deep into the lungs of an unknown God.
Ooh.
So this is about a Christian center church hip group thing that I got in the mail last year. It was just this like over-the-top church for young people. So this is about that postcard that I got. Serious Faith. Today I received a postcard in the...
If you would like to host this very event, not this specific quiddity of the June 21st, 2017 Mike Night, but the Creative Alliance Creative Collab Night at Good Beans Cafe in the spacious anteroom, you should contact Jenny, who runs many things in the universe. Those things run in the universe, not by Ken, are run by Jenny, and between the two you have the entire cosmos in the anteroom. Yes. So we are dealing in the heavy theological, cosmological stuff of the last couple of months, and in that spirit we have the opposing view of Mr. Lee Boillat.
Let's give the host a hand tonight. James doing a great job. Yeah. Where's everyone? I didn't take them back. They disappeared on us. Watching the news before I came down, and of course the incident at the airport today, I'm I was thinking, man, just what Flint needs to be on the national news.
What
You
happened at
weren't
the
around
airport?
today?
What
Had a
happened?
terrorist act over at the airport.
In Flint?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bishop Airport was shut
Did he-
down all day. So
did
police
a
officer was
terrorist-
stabbed.
Police officer was stabbed. Was anybody else hurt?
No, just
No.
he's gonna be all right, they say.
Yeah.
Wow, I
I'm
hadn't
sure he
heard
was
about
hurt
it.
pretty bad.
But, I mean,
Good-sized
what-
knife to the neck.
So you're saying the terrorist? So was he yelling out
Canadian.
He
stuff?
was. He
Yeah,
was.
He was a Canadian terrorist.
Well, he's a Muslim, but
Oh.
you know, the bad Muslim. And that's another thing, just giving the good Muslims a bad name. I mean, you know how people associate, which is a shame because it's just the whole thing's a mess.
Yeah, we got lots of friends. Like Nadia's one of them.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's so many
yeah.
good people from there, but you get these nutcases, and it's unfortunate that it rubs off on everybody.
Oh,
But yeah, but Flint doesn't need anything, any more negativity than what it has. But we still love Flint, right?
Yeah.
We'll be okay. You must have been very deep in your work today.
No,
not to
you know what? I
overhead.
did watch a little bit of news, but I watched the BBC. You know, the national,
Oh.
international news, and that's probably why I missed it.
It wasn't a big one, that's why.
Yeah, nobody died.
They're
So
making
yeah.
a big deal out of it. In Flint, there's snipers on City Hall.
What?
Well, yeah, they were covering City Hall too for protection
Maybe,
purposes.
maybe they were. Yeah, maybe those were to protect the
Coming
people
through,
that were
kid.
protecting the people.
Anyway, gonna kick it off with some old top 40 song from probably the 1970s. This would have been done by Neil Diamond. Where it began, I can't begin to know it, but I feel it growing strong. It was in the spring, spring became the summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along? Hands, touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. Good, so good, so good. I've been inclined, come on, kid, to believe they never could. You know it, do it. I look at the night, it don't seem so lonely. We fill it up with only two. And when I hurt runs off of my shoulder. How can I hurt when holding you? Warm, touching warm, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. So good, so good, so good. I've been inclined to believe they never would. Like that little backup in there. I look at the night, it don't seem so lonely. We fill it up with only two. And when I hurt runs off of my shoulder. How can I hurt when holding you? Warm, touching warm, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. So good, so good, so good. I've been inclined to believe they never would. while you were out having fun, and we all gave you a round of applause for the
Oh.
good job that you're
Well,
doing.
thank you ever so
Okay.
much.
I fall back and forth between country and rock and stuff that was popular in my growing up period. Although I do like some of the new songs, and well, as you know, once in a while I throw in something new. Little Megan Trainor, for example. Like Megan Trainor, a whole bunch. This goes back to my country roots. Somebody that I'm sure most of you never heard of. Right or wrong, I'll be with you. I'll do what you want me to. For I believe that I belong by your side, right or wrong. Right or wrong, it's gotta be. Always you, always me. Won't you take me along to be with you, right or wrong? If it's right for me to love you, it can't be wrong for me to care. And if you will say you love me, my life with you I'll share. Right or wrong, day by day, all my love, always. For I believe that I belong by your side, right or wrong. I'll give to you my heart and soul. Just stay with me forevermore. I will love you for all time. If you will say that you'll be mine. Right or wrong?
Who was this country artist of whom we
Man, you
never
put
heard?
me on the spot now.
I'm
Because I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm guessing Wanda Jackson.
Yeah, Wanda Jackson, you know.
Really?
She was kind of like the
Oh,
female
sure,
Elvis
sure.
back
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
She's a little
Fujiyama Mama.
Sexy, yeah. And yeah, that was kind of just about coming, but Gary's good at that too. He's got a good mind for the old music. Let's see, got one more?
Absolutely.
What can we do? There's another top 40 song that it still gets airplay today. If you listen to oldies stations, Jimmy Buffett made his mark in pop music for sure. I'm sure you get to check in the mail for this song every month or so. Margaritaville.
Yeah. Can we sing along?
Living on sponge cake, watching the sunbathe. All those tourists covered with oil, strumming my six string on my front porch swing. Smell those shrimp, they're beginning to boil, James. Wasting away in Margaritaville, searching for my lost shaker of song. Some people claim there's a woman to blame, but I know it's my own damn fault. know the reason. Stayed here all season. Nothing to show but this brand new tattoo. It's a real beauty, a Mexican cutie. How it got there, I haven't a clue. Wasting away in Margaritaville, searching for my lost shaker of salt. Leave you the melody. Some people claim there's a woman to blame, but I know it's gotta be James' fault. That's right. Blew out my flip-flop, stepped on a pop-top, cut my heel, had to cruise on back home. But there's booze in the blender, and soon it will render that frozen concoction that helps me hang on. Come on, funny man. Wasting away in Margaritaville, searching for my lost shaker of salt. Some people claim there's a woman to blame, but I know it's my own damn fault. Some people claim there's a woman to blame, but I know it's my own damn fault. Yeah. Funny man coming up, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
Once more for Lee.
Thank you.
Still the handsomest and best dressed man on this stage.
What's that gonna cost me? Another 5? Thank you, though. Get this stuff out of Funny man's way. He doesn't need it.
Yes, he is a propless man.
Yes.
That says F-U YouTube.
Yeah, Flint Underground. Flint Underground.
Okay, yes. Flint Underground YouTube.
Yeah, I'm
Every
good.
Monday at 6 p.m. And for those of us who are anti-technology, the other sentiment still holds. Every Monday at 6 p.m. on Comcast Channel 17, this is going to be shown. We are not live and in person, and we're not exactly Memorex either, but we are on Comcast Channel 17 and we are on YouTube, so check it out. Give us hits, give us views, give us
Attention.
love.
Yeah.
Yes, give us love.
Yeah.
We
Last
really
Monday,
need love. Last Monday.
the April Collab Nite from right here
Yes.
was aired on Comcast.
Ah.
And my presentation, when I did the Chuck Barris piece for my first book, and coincidentally, while I was in Florida, I did dine at the Margaritaville Bar and Grill.
Oh, okay.
wow.
So we
It
see
is a
the
real
synchronicities
place,
of
or
life.
it is
that-
now, anyway.
In fact, the Collab Nite is woven into the very fabric of existence and cannot be extricated. So, with that in mind, we have Mark Taylor, the funny man, here to make us laugh in a cruel, cruel world. Mark Taylor!
Thank you so much. How are you guys doing out there?
Great, yeah.
Hey, did you hear about the guy that stole watermelons? He's called a water felon.
Yeah.
Wish we had a drum kit here.
Right.
Bump.
Boom. So there's these two snakes that are slithering through the woods, and one turns around to the other and says, "Are you sure that we're poisonous?" And the other one says, "Well, yeah, we should be. Why?" He says, "Because I bit my tongue a minute ago." There's a guy that walks into a hotel, and the manager's trying to impress him, so he says, "Sir, I'm glad you're here. We have a room for you without any flaws." He says, "Then what am I going to walk on?"
Ba-bum-bum.
there's this cruise ship, and there's this magician in there, and the captain and his bird, he has a parakeet in his shoulder, so they both like to act, so when he's watching, he knows what happens. So you hear the bird go, "Ah, it's under his sleeve, ah, it's under his shirt." So the magician got mad at him. So he took a pistol and he started to shoot at the bird, and he missed, and he hit this propane tank and it exploded into a million pieces. And the only survivors was the bird and the magician, and they're hanging on a little piece of wood, and the bird turns around at him and says, "All right, I give up. Where's the ship?" See. Oh yeah. Do you know what the frustrated blackjack dealer said to a deck of cards? He says, "I can't deal with you anymore."
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, one more. So, do you know where cows like to exhibit their artwork? They go to a museum.
Boo.
Boo.
It's a move, not boo.
Did you hear about the ghost that went to the bar because he wanted some booze? Thank you very much. That's my time. Thank you.
I will sure do that. Just move the whole stand or? Sure. Okay. Once more for Mark Taylor, the fun band. Bravo, singer. And I put the healing hands upon this microphone in Ken's name. Heal! All right. Next up, yes. Next up, Mr. Kevin Kelly, my fellow alumnus of the city of Chicago. I said city of Chicago. That's what I said, city of Chicago. Yes.
Well, I'm gonna turn.
Okay, this first one I'm just gonna play is from the Pogues. That's an Irish word, means kiss, or kisses, you know. The band used to be called Pogue Mahone, but then they found out what that meant.
It was
so
a band in Scotland.
you know, this is called Fairy Tale in New York. Instrumental. Does anybody knows words? There you go. I'm gonna take the tail off.
I'm not getting any of your guitar.
What's that?
I'm not getting.
Oh man, let me try to turn it up then. Or one of these buttons should do it.
Oh, you're gonna have to. You gotta do
Got
it
it?
again now.
Nothing.
That's a little.
Wait, I'm gonna blast it now.
Uh-oh.
Watch out, turn it down, Ken. Now you should get it. Nothing still?
Oh, that's good. Do it again. Turn it down.
There you go. Yeah, okay. Ready? Okay, this one, I got a new D harp, so I just pulled it out today, you know? So, this one, it's called, Your Love Keeps Lifting Me Higher. I forget who sang it, Jackie Wilson, was it?
Jackie Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once I was down the highway, desperation, my closest friend. But you came and he soothed me fired, and I never saw his face again. Your love keeps lifting me, keeps lifting me higher, higher, higher. Your love keeps lifting me, keeps lifting me higher, higher, higher. Let's see. I'm debating what song. I got two here. So you want to hear? By the time we get to Phoenix or the harmonica, and I'll do just what's that? House of the Rising Sun. Which one?
That's a good standard there.
House of the Rising
I
Sun.
like that one too.
I like
Song,
that
yeah.
too. Let me get that out then. Let's see. Whew, it's hot in here. Anybody else agree?
Yeah, if you pull a little bit forward,
Almost under the fan, a little bit
Yeah.
more.
There is a house in New Orleans. They call the rising sun. Man goes with a lady or boy. And I know I'm one. My mother was a tailor. She sold me blue to me. My father was a gambling man way down in New Orleans. Now the only thing a gambler needs, a suitcase and a trunk. The only time that he's ever satisfied is when he's on the run. With one foot out the platform, the other side the train. Going back to New Orleans, where they fall and drink. There is a house in New Orleans that's called the rising sun. And there's a ruin of many poor boy and God, I know I'm one. Thank you.
Kevin, working.
Kevin Kelly, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Okay, to unplug the guitar?
Yeah.
Good job, Kev. It's a workout, busted the string, everything.
Yeah, right in the middle
Take
there.
no mercy on that guitar.
Man, you know, I almost wore a hole in it.
You're like Willie Nelson's guitar.
Need it.
Remind you at this juncture of, again, the Creative Collaborative Canvas. And welcome your participation there. Oh yes, thank you, Jenny, for re-stepping. Look while you're at it. Re-step, yeah.
Yeah, well, sometimes this thing makes it worse. I don't know.
So, next up, ladies and gentlemen, are we ready? Okay. We're back
Yes.
on live on camera.
Yeah.
We are graced with the presence of David M. Woodcock. Did I nail that? Okay, wunderbar. David M. Woodcock, everyone.
Yay.
Clap. Hurl your approval. And more when he's done.
I haven't been here in a little bit, so I think it's been a little time, a couple years maybe. Well, I got some poetry for you.
Has it been that long? Really, 2 years?
I think so. It's been a
Wow.
little bit, so.
Oh,
But
time flies, huh?
that's right. Got a few poems for you. Start out with this one. It's called "His Love Is True." You're a plague that causes agony of a different breed. A puzzle with a missing piece, I still try to succeed. But I am a book with many a crease. Years, days, and hours cease. You're the plague, the disease. Mere therapy unveils the excavator of the pages. He works for no wages. I want the pain to vanish like its own existence from the ages, as if it was all a dream, a nothing, but you were my everything. When one page goes, then they fall like raining cinder blocks. Build me a warehouse of clocks. And when the last one strikes its final tick, there I will still be, wondering where the pages have gone. I require a new binding that feels like the worst but greatest timing. Why do you flood my thoughts like osmosis but never ends, it's never satisfied? It's reverse of the tears I've cried. I'm going to require time and persistence, a real work of God. I have a lot of hate for her distance. Help tear the pages where love was written, then discarded. The words you said and wrote on everything, even my heart. But there's a fresh slate, and the 8 balls going cross-side. You're the disease I need to be grateful for. The one that lay dormant for a year and then hides. Shows me that love, earthly love, could be a false and lie. But his love, will never die. This one's called Hard to Read. Like a book is read and braille deciphered, I am a deaf mute and a private investigator must be hired. You're a language all of your own, nor no archaic tablet of stone. God made you unique in the very way you speak and the movement of your feet. The beauty of your smile and eyes go hand in hand. What is the heart without the man? I try not to judge, but this one thing I do, that God made you in his image for his glory, and in making you, he holds no grudge. Just the empty pages of a book, waiting to write on the very heart he formed. This one's called The Last Door. Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before the fall, and I succumb to it all. Hook, line, and sinker, I am the grandiose thinker. False reality is so appealing when all of them want you, but you don't even want yourself. Between a rock and a hard place has nothing on this one. A piece of marble and hammer and chisel before your eyes, you do nothing with what you see, because the rough, jagged stone describes you at its best. I curse the corneas for their beautiful portrayal of what could be, but will never materialize except through the portals of the soul. Whole may never be whole. I know I'm insane, but let me rant. Let it work its way and course through every vein and capillary. Let the daydream consume because it never will. In this regard, I have no hope, nothing to fight with. Thought waves are causing this iceberg to hemorrhage. The obvious is hurt, but what's underneath, that's my earth. Where I wander the alleyways of what might be. I've been there too many times before, but then I think I missed one more closed door, one more unsettled shore. I open it to find me looking at myself. One more. Resentment is strong, but Jesus is stronger. I guess resentment is strong enough to separate continents and anti-Pangea. A strong force field of Santeria reaching out so I can't see it. I can't live with a heart on fire and icicles hanging from it simultaneously. I hope he finds you there on your knees, broken. Jesus, the only name we have hope in. Stop fighting a fight that's already been won, surrender to the one. He did a work that only architects dream of. I know he can fulfill it in you. I was sick of the virus of self. I was broken, I was ready. I asked him for help and he heard me. He knows your heart and the process where to start.
Once more for David M. Whitcomb. Ashley, you are next. And now, the loveliest multi-instrumentalist at Grand Blanc High School.
Nope, not anymore.
Not anymore, a graduate, the loveliest graduate multi-instrumentalist of Grand Blanc High School, Miss Ashley. Oh,
I'll plug it right.
I would remind everyone that, what should I remind them? Yes, I would remind them to like their favorite member on Facebook for the member show. Everyone who entered the Creative Alliance membership show online in all media, it is now on Facebook and yes,
at the CA online, or CA membership show.
The CA membership show
Yes, there's a
Facebook page.
And you should
So,
vote by liking.
You vote by liking,
Whoever
which I
gets
believe
the
is that
most
thumbs up
likes.
thing, right?
Do it by June 30th,
Do it by June 30th,
and then the person gets most
and
likes.
some lucky person will get $50 for the most likes.
Yeah. Hey, stop that. Told
So,
you.
yes, and without further ado or other Shakespearean phrases, Ms. Ashley.
Hi, how are you guys tonight?
Good.
Alright, well, I was talking to my best friend the other day and we were talking about how Taylor Swift literally has a song for everything. Like maybe he met a boy in a coffee shop and then he moved back to Arizona. The song's called Come Back to Here. You said it in a simple way. 4 a.m. the second day. How strange that I don't know you at all. We stumble through the long goodbye. One last kiss, then catch your flight. Right when I was just about to fall, I told myself don't get attached, but in my mind I play it back, spinning faster than the plane that took you. This is when the feeling sinks in. I don't wanna miss you like this. Come back, be here. Come back, be here. I guess you're in New York today, and I don't wanna need you this way. Come back, be here. Come back, be here. The delicate beginning rush, the feeling you can know so much without knowing anything at all. And now that I can't put this down, if I had known what I know now, I never would have played so nonchalant. Taxi cabs and busy streets that never lead you back to me. I can't help but wish you took me with you. This is when the feeling sinks in. I don't wanna miss you like this. Come back, be here. Come back, sinks in. I don't wanna miss you like this. Come back, be here. Come back, be here. I guess you're in London today, and I don't wanna need you this way. Come back, be here. Come back, be here. Thank you. The next one is called The Lucky One. New to town with a made-up name in the angel city, chasing fortune and fame. Camera flashes, making it look like a dream. You had it figured out since you were in school. Everybody loves pretty, everybody loves cool. So overnight, you look like a 60s queen. Another name goes up in lights, just like diamonds in the sky. And they tell you now you're the lucky one. Yeah, they tell you now you're the lucky one. Can you tell me now you're the lucky one? Oh, oh, oh. Now it's big black cars and Riviera views, and your lover in the foyer doesn't even know you. And your secret Santa splashed on the news front page. And they'll tell you that you're lucky, but you're so confused, 'cause you don't feel pretty, you just feel used. And all of the young things will line up to take your place. Another name goes up in lights. You wonder if you'll make it out alive. And they tell you now you're the lucky one. Can you tell me now you're the lucky one? Yeah, they tell you now you're the lucky one. Oh, oh, oh. A few years later, I showed up here, and they still tell the legend of how you disappeared, how you took your money and your dignity and got the hell out. They say you bought a bunch of land somewhere, chose the Rose Garden over Madison Square, and it took some time, but I understand it now. Another name goes up in lights, but I think you got it right. And they tell you now you're the lucky one. Yeah, they tell you now you're the lucky one. Can you tell me now who's the lucky one? Now I'll switch to the ukulele now. This song's called Blank Space. Nice to meet you where you've been. I could show you incredible things. Magic, madness, heaven sent. Saw you there and I thought, oh my god, look at that face. You look like my next mistake. Love's a game, wanna play. New money, suit and tie. I can read you like a magazine. Ain't it funny, rumors fly. And I know you heard about me, so hey, let's be friends. I'm dying to see how this one ends. Grab your passport in my hand. I can make the bad guys good for a weekend. So it's gonna be forever, or it's gonna go down in flames. You can tell me when it's over, if the highway's worth the pain. I got a long list of ex-lovers. They'll tell you I'm insane, but I've got a blank space, baby, and I'll write your name. Cherry lips, crystal crystal skies. I could show you incredible things, stolen kisses, pretty lies. You're the king, baby, I'm your queen. Find out what you want, be that girl for a month. Wait, the worst is yet to come. Oh no, screaming, crying, perfect storms. I can make all the tables turn. Rose gardens filled with thorns. Keep you second guessing like, oh my god, who is she? I get drunk, I'm jealousy, but you'll come back each time you leave. Cause darling, I'm a nightmare dressed like a daydream. So it's gonna be forever, or it's gonna go down in flames. You can tell me when it's over, if the how is worth the pain. Got a long list of ex-lovers, and they'll tell you I'm insane. But I've got a blank space, baby, and I'll write your name.
And now, the world's foremost expert on volleyball, Mr. Brian.
Yay! Where are we at, Ken? Oh, back here, this one? Yes. I'm gonna try performing from a seated position.
You good?
I think so. We okay, Ken?
I don't see anything yet.
Yep. Test. Okay. Okay, I've always had a vision of me performing a lot of my stuff from a, I see Lee perform from, the stool and everything, and the problem with it, actualizing this is that I have really short legs, and when I picture myself performing up here on the stool, I can reach rather easily this one here, but that's going to put my my guitar at a disadvantage. I'm just stalling. How you guys doing? You guys doing all right?
Yeah, good.
All right.
Yay.
Okay, I'm going to start with a song I perform out every once in a while. Test. We're all right? Okay. Might be a crime that's revealed, might be you're guilty as charged, outstanding in a field with your accuser somewhere out there at large. I'll play the hitman, I'll be your getaway driver. Honey, don't play the victim, it's time you join the survivors. Might be a flaw of the jungle, might be survival of the savage. You or them, sink or swim, but you've got to learn to let go of the baggage. Sharks are circling and all your friends want to become divers. Honey, don't play the victim, it's time you join the survivors. Well, I finally figured out what you're all about. You're a landlord leasing to the tenants about. It's not hard to prove. Don't play the victim. Someone's gotta move, honey. Why don't you evict them? Come on, evict them. Don't play the victim, and you could outdistance the farthest star. Run rings around the rings of Saturn. Heavenly body, that's
a while, but sometimes you gotta step outside that pattern. Break away clean from the dull routine of the 9-to-5er. Honey, don't play the victim. It's time you join the survivors. All right, thanks. And special thanks to Lee on that one. When I was working on that today, I know there's times I play that where I move the tempo up a little bit, and you kept me steady on tempo on that one. Thank you.
That's my job.
I don't mind playing that at a little higher tempo. I just said today's more laid back. As Kevin pointed out, it's kind of warm up here, man. It's good to be laid back. Speaking of Kevin, or for that matter, Gary, I'm hoping that Kevin's last piece that he sang. I'm hoping you use some frigid pink at your book signing show.
I'll see if I can find some that I can get from Freakout. Or
Okay.
maybe find something off YouTube.
All right. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna do songs you're kind of familiar with me performing anyway, and there's kind of a theme here, and here we go. This is Marguerite, you look so stunning today, like a big game hunter, gunning for her prey. And the world is yours to take, whatever's in your sight could be sitting on your mantle by the end of the night. Oh, Marguerite, you look so stunning today. In a wilderness of words, I might as well be poaching. Yeah, that doesn't sound right. That's right though. In a wilderness of words, I might as well. In a wilderness of words, sorry, I might as well be poaching. Blame it on the heat. Well, the poet turns to me and asks, who is that vision approaching? Well, the preacher, neither can recall having seen such an angel. Marguerite, sorry, you look so stunning today. In a wilderness of words, I might as well be poaching. Deja vu. Who is that vision approaching? Well, the preacher checks his Bible, the artist checks his brain cell. Neither can recall having seen such an angel. Marguerite, you look so stunning today. You could step outside and get the mail. You could be raking up your own backyard. You could be heading for the shopping mall, distracting the security guard. That's a reference to Lee. Well, the sculptor had a dream, seized by his sense of duty. Strip mined a mountain, where vowed to deliver beauty. Molded gold and diamonds into a great big star, but never could approach how precious you are, oh Marguerite. You look so stunning today. Yes, I repeat, Marguerite, you look so sweet and stunning today. All right. Well, thanks for indulging me sitting down like that. I'm going to do the last one standing. And, whoa. I believe I've darn near cleared out the room.
Got a couple diehards left.
Okay, most of you know this song. But I wanted to, just before I preface it, thank you for the introduction, James. I think you're doing a great job with the hosting and everything.
All right, Gene.
I wrote these 3 songs in sequence, and somewhere around 91 or so, I'm sure most of you artistic people, writers and otherwise, have went through the block, right? Maybe not? Yeah, you have. All of you went through the block. And so around 91, I was a little concerned because I wasn't writing anywhere near, I wasn't even writing at all. And suddenly, around 93, I wrote about 15 or so songs in 93. And like, wow. So these 3 songs kind of culminated it. They were like the last 3 of those songs. That actually goes into 94. But I would go with another few years without writing anything, but I was no longer worried or concerned because I've been through the block before. It comes, it goes. Those of you, I'm not talking over your heads, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? Okay.
Writer's block.
Yeah.
The lines are drawn, the challenge met, chosen side, set up the net. Come on, ace, go ahead and serve. Give me your best or have you lost your nerve? You mentioned my past records. I played at love like I was a fool. Just the same, this is my game and then volleyball. 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 Volleyball, baby, I rule. Bring it on, babe, won't set her spite. Honey, you can do whatever you like. Nothing to prove and nothing to lose. I know the counter to your every move. You mentioned my past record. I played at love like I was a fool. Just the same, this is my game and then volleyball. 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 Volleyball, baby, I rule. Dink Dowdy and Gerbil Jean, proclaiming you the verbal queen. You got your digs in for the moment, but you never had to face a more worthy opponent. You mentioned my past record. I played at love like I was a fool. Just the same, this is my game and then volleyball. 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 And volleyball, baby, I rule.
First Thursday of the month, most of you, more than half of you have attended
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
First Thursday of the month, which is I think July 6th, 6 to 9, lunch studio. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Nice job.
Yeah, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Once more for Brian! And now we return to the teen sensation portion of the evening. This being an open stage, I cannot be accused of nepotism as I introduce Demeter Blum.
Yeah.
Skip off the old block.
Yeah, thanks, Dad. I'm sure I get it. Okay, so unlike all of you lovely prepared people, I didn't print out anything, so, you know, I'm gonna just read it off here and try not to screw up. The end of all, this would be the title. The end of all things lays beside you at night. In some foreign land where truth collides with sin and shock is just as simply the collateral damage, many things await you. There are kisses with silver-tongued serpents draped in cloaks of scarlet passion, whispering sweet nothings that the secrets of the holy in the ears of the deceived. Pressed close, the hiss of truth and the scent of lust both hang heavy among the curtains. It is by no mistake of God or nature that the clutch of the damned upon the breast of this beast is stronger than the faith of the redeemed. There are bitterly held embraces from beautiful devils wrapped in satin and sulfur, chiffon, and the promise of something similar to unearthly wisdom in the form of escapism in a square-shaped shot glass. But this is the strong stuff. Can't take more than a shot without regretting it in the morning. Nectar and ambrosia stop tasting so sweet without the taste of what you once called love on your tongue. This is not what we had, or so I thought. But then again, I'm never sure that I ever really knew you. Okay, yeah, fitting in on the, slightly depressing religious theme that we've had going on today. I guess I'll do this one. Alright, title being, I'm terrible at title songs, I apologize. I wish I were Keith Moon, always trashing hotel rooms, because at the very least it is something to do, and this is its debut performance, or really, just debut. I've bitten my nails down to the nub again. Mania, I suppose. But then again, I don't know. Staring out a window that doesn't exist. Thinking. An all-consuming wanderlust. Hits me right between the shoulder blades. I've got to get out of here. When will they come and get me? Or should I just leave with him? I stole this t-shirt from my brother. He probably couldn't tell you a single song by them. Who are you, they repeat. Who? Who? And I find myself unable to answer. This is my last one. Its old title is crap, so it's Narcissa Unveiled. And this would be the second time I've performed this one, so yeah, sorry about that. Give me love, give me your love, give me attention. I'm desperate and I'm needy and I'm dying for a fix. I'm an artist, baby, and so I am what you made me when you feed me, clothe me, shower me with praise. I'm not the same as you thought. I'm putting on a show. I'm fooling you into believing in a fool. You don't know me. Isn't it fun buying into a talent I don't have, a false prophet profiting from all the applause, undeserved of the affection lavished upon me? I don't know why they lie and tell me that I'm golden, for I've never been any good and I've never seen the sun. But the spotlight points out my every last flaw, and the news crews document my prolific fall, and here I am, still craving your approval. And call me anything you like, attention seeker. Because what is a poet but a narcissist with a pen? I can't seem to bring myself to care about what is said, since it's probably true and you're still thinking of me. But still I thank you and hope I shall receive the approval I crave. So please, give the sad little charity case the attention she wants.
The first one reminded me of Nick. Have you ever listened?
So what's up, good beans?
What's up?
How you guys doing?
You're chilling. How about you?
I'm alright. Nice weather, sir.
Yeah.
It's been an interesting week. Bear with me. The doctor's got me on some new pain meds. Just joking. I would like to bring to light, though, how we kind of have a double standard in this society to where, like, if I stepped on stage and said that and it was for real, you guys would be like, oh, no, it's okay, we understand. Or if I was like, I came in and I was like, man, they just tapped a new brew out there, you should try some, bear with me, I've had, that's okay. But if it's about, medical marijuana, it's very hush-hush, and, I think we should take another look. With that being said, let's go into this first one. And it's called Out of the Darkness.
Knock, knock.
Oh, Hannah's got her
yeah,
notes.
yeah.
He's back.
Uh-oh.
Who's there? Our who?
Robin.
That's our saber.
Our Robin. Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Bump, bump.
Here we go, Hannah.
Is it working?
I think it's working. You'll hear it go boom.
Yeah. Going to,
Maybe it's me.
no, can you turn turn it down?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, back up a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
I can only find you out for so long.
L.
Oh,
Elephant.
who? Oh, yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one.
All right, you ready?
Cause out of the darkness.
Yeah, yeah.
Cause out of the darkness.
Cause out of the darkness, they say come the monsters. But I've seen the light at the end of the tunnel. And it ain't you imposters acting like you're somebody, trying to buy your way to the top and doing it all for the money. I'ma stay up and coming, something from nothing. See, me, I be the spark, bringing the shine in the darkness. On my shooting star, should warp speed as in always. Like, y'all can feel my pain, my album dropped and you bought it. Flipping them all day here like I got them on sideways. Second guessing my career cause I'm surrounded by followers. Guess it's everywhere cause everybody's just cowards. So forgive me, Father, for the wrongs I do down here. Two-time college grad, can't quite work in a job fair. Full-time single parent like I'm both daddy and mommy. In the transgender bedroom, can't find one that's his family. Candy's whipped for dinner, eating at the food pantry. But hold on, baby, cause out of the nightmare comes a daydream. And you go up and make it for both you and them children. Just keep on staying straight and don't listen to naysayers. Cause you got what it takes, truth is so did them haters. But you chose love, put that your life saver. Keep on praying to the man who stay faithful and thankful. Take it day by day, and if you need to, just lay low. Cause trouble's here to stay, but yo, so is that halo. Only defense we got is not being like these animals. Let them do what they wanna, while you do what you're able. Side of the darkness, came this for you to play, so hold on, baby, cause out of the nightmare comes a danger. And you got up and make it for both you and them children.
Cause out of the darkness.
Yeah, hold on, baby, cause out of the nightmare comes a danger. And you got up and make it for both you and them children.
Cause out of the
Forgive me, Father, for the
darkness.
wrongs I do down here.
Cause out of the darkness. Cause out of the darkness comes the light.
Yeah. Hey, thank you, good things. Thank you so much.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
What does a robin do when it is feeding the other robin its sperm seed?
What?
It goes honk honk.
Oh.
And a beep beep with vroom vroom. Now listen, I told him we'd be back with actual material. And here you are. Just saying. Here we go.
Hip,
Hip. It's hip hop. It's hip. 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 It's hip hop. It's hip. 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 It's hip hop. You know they can't stop us, so the cops they watch us. We both make money off the tickets. They want autographs from us. Had pictures hanging like posters on office walls of us. Must thinking that we dummies while they trying to bust us. Cause I'm selling you something and I'm doing it honest. So now they look for me like America's most wanted label. 2012 we finally legalized freedom and you can catch it like karma. Because I'm setting alarms off, I'm ringing that Liberty Bell. Such a natural war leader, I'm banging this hip hop and it ain't no top secret. Break dancing in the mosh pit, every hood that I'm reaching. I ain't gotta tell them what it is, it's plain as day for you to see. It's
hip, hip, hip.
it's hip hop, it's hip, hip, hip. It's hip hop, it's hip,
Hip, hip,
it's hip hop, it's
hip, hip, hip.
It's hip hop. You know they can't top it, so they try to copy, but yo, they don't know how to rock it. So y'all need to just stop it because they coming off half-hearted and some partially sloppy. Only market dog got cornered isn't making cheap knockoffs. I got that genuine article that everyone's wanting. You authentically counterfeit and unofficial as always. Either legit ain't about your biz, no apology. Sorry, don't stand for ish, but getting money. And you live to just party. My stance is hit. This is hot. Got the house of pink jumping. Be real like Cypress Hill. Please don't say nothing. Hold your breath and take a breather. Cause Dr. Green comes cheap and I'm about to puff and pass it on my daughter. Just sings it because it's
Hip, hip,
hip. It's hip hop. It's
hip, hip,
hip. It's hip hop. father, raising a little girl without no partner, jobless and homeless and all this debt cause of college. But guess all the odds, the underdog on the streets told me, lost my mom to the cancer, but that's a whole nother story. Now I don't know if you heard me, but to this there ain't no sequel. I pull the plug and then jet after kick go home the speaker because it's hip, hip, it's hip hop, it is hip, 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 hip hop, it is hip, 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 it's hip hop, it's that beastie boy from Flint in Detroit. We're making noise with the girls, it's my only concern. You heard that beastie boy from Flint in Detroit. We're making noise with the girls, it's my only concern. You heard that beastie boy from Flint in Detroit. We're making noise with the girls, it's my only concern. You heard hip hop. Yeah. Hey, thank you again.
All right, everybody.
Oh, she's got one more.
Howl at the moon when I say 1, 3, 2, 1. Oh.
We're waiting on that one.
Yeah.
Thank you again for having us.
I've been practicing enough.
All right, fair enough.
I've always been practicing that.
You
Okay,
did great.
because it's the elite.
I'm not sure.
It was nuts.
Let us move. Electronics away from water.
I'm drinking
Oh,
2
dear.
cappuccinos, dude. I'm wired.
So, do we have any other takers for the stage?
Can I make an announcement?
Please make an announcement. We have an announcement from Mark Taylor, the fun guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, I forgot to tell you before I got up here that I have a book that's going to be coming out this winter, and it's called Food for the Funny Bone. And you get to hear jokes like, do you know what happens when you see a crocodile eat a bologna sandwich? Well, it's a crock-a-bologna. Or, do you know why the tomato blushed? Because it's all the salad dressing.
Oh, no. Yeah.
So, it'll be out this winter. I just started working on my intro of the book, and it'll be out very, very soon in the wintertime. So, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the commentary is implicit in the fact that when I host it seems to go very short. But such is life, as they say. Might I strum and
Oh,
sing
yeah,
one more?
you only played one song.
And you have a D harp, yes, Kevin?
Yeah.
All right.
Well then.
And we can collaborate.
We can collaborate, and Lee, I'm sure your percussive genius will fit this tune to a T.
I'll come through for you, buddy.
Yes, sir. So,
You know, you had to compete with probably the best day of the year weather-wise, so, it's hard to drag him in here sometimes.
yes, well, such
And all the important people were here.
All the important people were here.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, this should be familiar to all of us who are old. And perhaps in some cover form to some of you young folk there. That's flowers.
Okay.
D-A-G.
Yeah, I think it's nice about
Well, when you're sitting there in your silver posted chair, talking to some rich folk that you knew. I'll be in my basement and me and my ragged company. 'Cause you know I could never be alone. Take me down, little Susan, take me down.
Take me down, little shoes, they want to take me down. I know you think that you're the queen of the underground channel. You can send me dead flowers in the morning. You can send me dead flowers by the windows of the U.S. mail. Yes, you can say it with dead flowers at my wedding. And I won't get to put roses on your grave. Now when you're sitting back in your rose pink Cadillac, you're talking to some rich folks that you know. I'll be in my basement room with a dirty needle and a spoon, and another girl will take all my pain away. I forgot about Kentucky every day. Take me down, little dude, they want to take me down. I know you're the queen of the underground. You send me dead flowers every morning. You can send me dead flowers by the U.S. mail. Yes, you can say it with dead flowers at my wedding. I won't get to put roses on your grave. No, I won't forget to put roses on your grave.
And with that, everyone, we bid you a fond beginning of summer. Thank you all for coming. Thank you to Ken for your fabulousness in every way and your being a moral exemplar to us all. And with that, good night, and we'll see you back here at Good Beans next month.
Yeah.
And it should be, then I'm going to, think about